Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an electrifying journey through gaming history. From the early pioneers of home entertainment to the modern titans of technology, we are about to witness the rise, dominance, and sometimes downfall of the best-selling game consoles of all time. Who will claim the ultimate throne? Who will fade into history? Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. 1970s, 1980s, the birth of home gaming. It all begins in the late 1970s. The arcade scene is booming, but gamers are hungry for more. They want to bring the action home. Atari steps up with the legendary 2600, an absolute game changer. Suddenly, everyone is playing Space Invaders and Pac-Man from the comfort of their living rooms. Sales skyrocket. But the industry isn't ready for what comes next. The early 80s see a flood of new consoles. Intellivision, ColecoVision, even the short-lived Magnavox Odyssey. But then, disaster strikes. The video game industry crashes in 1983. Sales plummet. Companies go bankrupt. Is this the end of home gaming? Not so fast. Enter Nintendo. The NES, or Famicom in Japan, launches in 1985, and it changes everything. Mario, Zelda, Metroid, instant classics. The NES doesn't just revive the industry, it dominates it. Meanwhile, Sega enters the ring with the Master System, but it just can't keep up. The NES reigns supreme, setting the stage for the next great battle. The 90s, the console wars, begin. Welcome to the 90s, the decade of the first true console wars. Nintendo strikes first with the Super Nintendo SNES, bringing improved graphics, a bigger library, and unforgettable titles like Super Mario World and The Legend of Zelda. A link to the past. But hold on, Sega is fighting back with the Genesis, Mega Drive, and it has a new secret weapon, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic vs. Mario, speed versus strategy. The battle rages across the globe. Sega taunts Nintendo with bold advertising. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Gamers take sides. The rivalry is fierce. But in the shadows, a new competitor is preparing to shake the industry to its core. 1994. Sony enters the arena with the PlayStation, a CD-based console breaking free from cartridges. The PlayStation crushes expectations. 3D gaming takes center stage with Final Fantasy VII, Resident Evil, and Metal Gear Solid. Meanwhile, Nintendo releases the Nintendo 64, the first true 3D console. Super Mario 64 blows minds, but the PlayStation is outselling it nearly 2-1. As the decade ends, the PlayStation is the clear champion, setting up a showdown that will define the next generation. 2000s. The rise of a titan. The year 2000. Sony unveils the PlayStation 2, a console that will go down in history. DVD playback? Check. Huge game library? Check. Record-breaking sales? Absolutely. With over 155 million units sold, the PlayStation 2 becomes the best-selling console of all time. Microsoft enters the race in 2001 with the Xbox, bringing online gaming to the forefront. Halo redefines first-person shooters. But Sony isn't slowing down. Meanwhile, Nintendo experiments with the GameCube, but it struggles to keep up. The PlayStation 2 is unstoppable. But wait, what's this? Nintendo strikes back with the Wii motion controls? A console that appeals to everyone? Grandparents, kids, casual gamers. Everyone is playing Wii Sports. The Wii becomes a phenomenon, selling over 100 million units. The Xbox 360 enters the battle with a strong online multiplayer focus. Sony fights back with the PlayStation 3, but a rocky start makes the PS3 play catch-up. Meanwhile, Nintendo's DS is selling like crazy, dominating the handheld market. The battle lines are drawn. 2010s, handhelds, hybrids, and next-gen wars. A new decade, a new war. Sony fires first with the PlayStation 4. The launch is a massive success. It quickly becomes the dominant force, leaving the Xbox One trailing behind. But here comes Nintendo with a game-changing idea. Literally, enter the Nintendo Switch, a hybrid console that works both at home and on the go. People love it. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Animal Crossing, hit after hit. Nintendo is back in the game in a big way. Meanwhile, the handheld market starts to fade. The PlayStation Vita struggles. Even the once mighty Nintendo 3DS sees its momentum slow. Mobile gaming is taking over, and handheld consoles are fighting to stay relevant. And now, in the final stretch, a question looms. Can anything surpass the PlayStation 2's legendary record? What a battle! The console wars have never been more intense. PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, each fighting for the throne of gaming supremacy. But wait, who do you think is the greatest console of all time? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're enjoying this epic showdown, don't forget to hit that like button. Every click helps keep this battle going strong. Want to see more gaming history in action? Subscribe now and stay tuned for the next legendary battle. The numbers don't lie, but the war is far from over. Who will dominate the future? Stick around to find out. 2020s, the fight for the future. Now we enter the modern era. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are pushing the boundaries of gaming technology. But Nintendo isn't done yet. The Switch is still breaking records. Can it climb to the top and become the best-selling console of all time? Meanwhile, the gaming landscape is shifting. Cloud gaming, digital sales, subscription services like Game Pass. The way we play is changing fast. Will traditional consoles survive? Or are we looking at the last generation of physical gaming machines? One thing is certain, the battle is far from over. From the 8-bit era to the cutting edge of modern gaming, we have witnessed legends rise, empires fall, and records shattered. But as history has shown us time and time again, anything can happen. The numbers tell a story, but the future remains unwritten. Who will stand the test of time? Only time will tell.